p.m. Time for the meeting to start. If you would please rise. We're going to ask Councilman Byrd to do the invocation. And Councilman Army will do the pledge.
Please bow your head. Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing us to be here to do the business of the city. Please be with us and with our families. Please be with our military overseas and watching and guide over us. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So I want to take a moment to welcome everyone to our work session on April 21st today at 5 p.m. I just want to make a note that Councilman Wright was not able to be with us today. He is off doing some mission work, so we're glad to hear that. It's a good thing. I want to welcome everybody on social media also. Please make sure that you pay close attention because we have some important information on the agenda tonight. So where we will go now is the public comments. If there's anyone who would like to make some comments on anything on the agenda, please come to the podium. Seeing none, we'll move on to old business. And there is no old business. With that, we're going to move right along to the new business. And the first thing on the agenda is a resolution to the... Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay, you want to add it to new business?
Yes, number
Okay.
5.
Mayor, can we add the discussion for move to new business, the Independence Day holiday from July 3rd to July the 6th? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Move that to the agenda.
So I move to add that to the agenda that we move the Independence holiday from July 3rd to July the 6th.
Second.
Okay, so it's been properly motioned and seconded that we add the item to the agenda for the Independence holiday. Is there any further discussion on adding that? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Okay, now we'll move on to new business. So the resolution to declare a 2011 Ford Ranger as surplus property for the Utilities Department. City Mayor Bedingfield?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor. In your package tonight, there is a resolution for declaring the 2011 Ford Ranger as surplus property. So if so approved tonight, then I will place on the Gov Deals website tomorrow and set the reserve at $1,000 is what we're looking at.
Okay, very good. And since we were able to upgrade, this item is no longer needed, so we will see if we can't pass it along to someone that can use it.
Yes, sir.
So I'd be willing to accept a motion to approve that resolution.
Mayor, I move that we approve the resolution to declare the vehicle as surplus.
I second.
It has been properly moved and seconded that we declare the 2011 vehicle surplus. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the question. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Next item on the agenda is the ordinance amendment to the water and sewer and tap fees for 2006. City Administrator Bedingfield, Utility Superintendent Coleman.
Yes, sir. So I'll get Chris if he would like to come on up and to the podium and answer any questions that you may have tonight. But in your package tonight, there is an ordinance that is covering several sections of our fees that we are amending and along in addition to our rates. Some of this was discussed at the planning retreat back in March that we had. And we did ask for consideration if we could move forward with the ordinance, which we have, but then we also received some new information on tap fees from the county, and that's also been included. So just seeking approval tonight to make it effective immediately, so it will go in effect April 21st. But Mr. Coleman is here if you have any questions in regards to those fees.
And before we ask them a few questions,
Yes,
I would like to add to that. Some of this has been kind of thrust upon us by the county. They are doing some major work to upgrade and maintain their water system. And some of the folks in Centerville get water from us, but we buy it from the county. So they are looking to us to help to do those changes. They're not looking at just doing changes that will help us this year, but they're looking at changes that will help the water system many, many years into the future. So, go from there.
Yes, sir. Does anybody got any questions for?
Yes,
Mr.
anybody have
Cole?
any questions?
So everyone has an opportunity to look at the, I think we should ask some questions so that those listening can really understand exactly what we're doing. So where should we start? With the water fees or?
Yeah, I'd say the water rates, Mayor.
Okay, go ahead. Question.
I have a question, Superintendent Coleman. So for the water fees, we're increasing those from $4.25 to $6?
That'll be
Okay,
stormwater, yes
fee.
ma'am. We are going to increase stormwater to $6 per ERU, which is each residential unit. We're going to do that to fund a project, a stormwater project. It's probably going to be somewhere around estimated $2 million.
So, Mr. Coleman, my question is that, I know we have a stormwater budget, and a lot of the citizens are also aware we have a stormwater budget. And so my question is, can we use some of that budget to kind of towards maybe assisting in the increase for stormwater, for the increase we expect for stormwater?
There is money in the budget, but it's not going to be sufficient to cover the materials that we're going to need for this next project or future projects. Average road crossings right now cost us about $200,000. So it doesn't take long to deplete those funds.
Okay, so we need to make sure we have some funds available, so there's no excess funds or big dollar funds in stormwater
No, sir.
that we kind of think is there, right?
Yes, sir.
Because we use it for that purpose. Okay.
So that would, I'm sorry. So that'll be $1.75 additional to make sure that we have the money. So per resident, $1.75 extra on our
Yes,
for
ma'am.
stormwater. And then it has not been increased, I think March the 1st, 2016, it has not been
Yes,
increased
ma'am.
from that date.
A little over 10 years.
Okay, so I would say in reference to that, anytime something happens, especially if it happens on your street, you know, you want to make sure that that gets fixed. And so what we do in reference to the stormwater fee is that we're taking care of each other. My street doesn't happen, it may not happen, but in 10 years, but when it does, as a resident of that neighborhood, I'm gonna want it fixed, just like anyone else in any other area. So that's what we use the stormwater utility for. The road to get washed out, or if there's a drainage problem caused by stormwater, those fees are used to fix that problem. And as it was mentioned, the fee hadn't been raised in over 10 years. And just so that we can meet the needs, that's the reason we're requesting that the council approve an increase in the stormwater.
Yes, sir.
I would also point out that Centerville is largely debt-free, and small increases in fees like this help keep us that way. We do not borrow indiscriminately to just do any little project. We may do that for, you know, a large project or building or something, and then as soon as we do, we pay it off as quickly as we can. So, staying financially solvent is a very big part of who we are and how we operate. And some very small increases like this is what allows us to do that.
This, Mayor, this came down as an unfunded mandate from the state between 15 and 20 years ago. The state and the EPD said, you will manage stormwater, and there are no funds from the state to do it, you'll pay for it yourself. And so that's when we did it was about a 2-year process to do our study to establish the utility in our, that's when we set the 425.
Okay, so I think stormwater is pretty clear.
So I had a question about tap water, and I wanted to a comment on Councilman Byrd's comment. I think that was a very good comment in explaining how we manage our funds. But what if we did not raise the tap water fees? What if we decided or tried to decide to accept that on our, as the cities, take on that additional cost for that? And, what would that look like?
If we don't raise the tap fees for our average subdivision going in right now, 275 homes, it's going, for this year alone, it's gonna cost, if the whole subdivision was developed, it would be about $700,000 that it's gonna cost the city. In 2029, it's gonna cost about 1.8 million.
Okay. So, all right.
And so, just to be clear, those sewer, water tap fees rather, is not something that's gonna be borne by a resident who already has.
Correct. Whoever already has water
homestay
on
in
our
the city.
system will not have to pay these fees again unless they want an additional meter or something.
And so those new fees will be for new development, basically.
Yes, sir.
And typically, that would be borne by the developer
The builder.
or the builder.
developer sells it to, yes.
And so it's not the individual resident
No, sir.
who's paying those fees.
No, sir.
Okay.
I have no other questions, Mayor.
Go ahead. No other questions?
Oh, I have nothing.
No.
Okay, so I would be willing to accept the motion to pass this ordinance for water, sewer, and tap fees.
Mayor, I move that we accept the ordinance to amend the water, sewer, and tap fee increases.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, so it's been properly motioned and seconded that we approve this ordinance to amend the sewer, water, and tap fees. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the question. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Motion passes.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is approval of the purchase of a 2026 Ford Maverick for code enforcement. Chief Duncan, that's your item.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Tonight I'm coming for you for your permission to purchase a 2026 Ford Maverick for the code enforcement officer. Right now, when we began using a full-time code enforcement officer, I used a refurbished patrol unit for that position, but that is a 2015 Dodge Charger, which is getting high on repairs. Since we've had it, we've had to redo it that front end 3 times, and that is costly for the city to have to keep repairing it. And I just request that we replace it while replacing time is good. It actually has 99,528 miles on it as of today. And I'd like to go ahead and surplus it on bill of deals and use those funds to assist in buying another one.
Mayor, we'll bring a resolution back to surplus that, but what he's done, that's his intent, and we'll bring a resolution back to you guys for that vehicle at the work session, at the first council meeting in May.
Okay, and so Chief Duncan, I'm looking here at the information in my packet, and I see you have a quote from Brandon in Unadilla, and you also have a quote from Jeff Smith Auto.
Yes, sir.
Where's Jeff Smith at?
Byron?
Okay, so they're even more local.
Yes, sir.
And it looks like, which one are you,
Jeff Smith gave us a quote of $29,500. I'll go with it. It's about $700 lower than what Brandon and Unadilla gave me.
okay, so that's pretty much the same deal.
Yes.
So I would be willing to accept the motion to approve the purchase of this 2026 Ford Maverick from Jeff Smith Auto.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the purchase of the 2026 Ford Maverick.
I second.
Okay, so it's been properly moved and seconded that we approve the purchase of the 2026 Ford Maverick from Jeff Smith Auto. Is there any further discussion?
Chief, this was budgeted for this year?
It's not budgeted, but I will be able to purchase out of this year's budget.
There are
Okay.
funds available.
Funds.
Yes, I've checked my budget numerous times. I will have funds to purchase out this year.
Okay. Was it planned to be budgeted for next year?
No, sir, it wasn't, and noticing over the course of the year and the repairs I've done this year, I see it declining, so I want to go ahead and, while I can do it, go ahead and get rid of it.
All right, that's all.
Next, I have a question. Chief, are we using any SPOS funds for that?
No, sir, not on none of this purchase.
We do have a reimbursement that we're receiving for another vehicle from insurance of 21,000. Is that correct, Chief?
$21,781.
Okay.
Okay, so we have some other funds that are gonna go in to help pay for that, but it's all gonna be in this coming year budget,
No, no,
This
the
budget.
current year
the
budget.
current year budget. Okay.
Correct.
So-
About
so-
$7,800.
Right. City County, here's where we have to do a journal entry or move any money.
We'll just do a budget amendment just so we can report it here in the capital item that's being purchased for that line item. I mean, there's funds in the budget, and with the extra 21, we'll be able to fund it, but we will just do a budget amendment for the purchase of the vehicle on that line item.
Okay, very good. And so we're probably gonna do a group of budget amendments at one time at the end of
That's
the year.
correct, we'll do that at the end of the year.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
So this, I'm sorry, so this is gonna be a buy, not a lease?
Yes, sir, that's a full purchase.
We're purchasing,
Full
yes.
purchase.
We got out of the leasing business, Councilman, aren't we?
Yeah, I know,
A
but you
year ago.
did, I know, but you.
That was a good point, though,
It's good to
yes.
ask the question.
It's a purchase, that was a good point.
Right.
Yeah, I used to be a big proponent for leasing stuff, but as you look at it, it's not necessarily as great as it looks. You know, so
We
I'm,
put too much wear and tear on it.
purchase is good.
So, do we have to make a-
Yes, please, I've been voted to accept the
Motion's
motion.
on the floor.
Okay,
Yeah, we got a motion and a
Right.
second.
Okay.
Gardner seconded.
All right, good.
that's correct. So, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, and there are no opposers, so motion passes unanimously.
Yay.
Okay, so next item on the agenda is approval to purchase new security system hardware and software. Chief Donovan.
Yes, sir. The building is controlled by key fobs, with electronic admission to the building and certain private offices in the building. And at this point, I'm not able to use it, update it or use it for anything. For about the last 6 months, I've been working with Larry to find a new company because the equipment is not allowing him to update any new officer, update any security levels that we need to do to get officers into the building. Actually, I have one officer now that he's an admin officer. He has to wait till I get there just to get into the building, his side of the house.
You mean Larry couldn't fix it?
No, sir.
Come on, Larry.
The software, the
It's not
hardware.
supported anymore.
It's not compatible.
Yeah, so we know as technology marches on,
Yes, sir.
you know, things change,
Leaves old
and,
stuff.
and old stuff
Right.
doesn't work with new stuff.
Right.
Yes, sir. We had two different ways we could deal with it. One was using the old equipment, but the provider stated that the equipment was at the end of life anyway, so there wasn't no use of trying to put new software on old equipment. And the quote that we want to go to with is going to be for hardware and software.
You can't keep upgrading new old computers, right? Eventually you have to replace it.
Yes.
So what's the cost there, chief?
The quoted price is $20,000.15, but that has tax added into it. We're going to deduct the tax part of it.
956.15 is coming off of that. So about $19,000.
I think that's money well spent. We don't need folks to have to wait for somebody to show up to get in the building when they're trying to go to work.
Yes, sir.
So I assume that this is not a budgeted item,
No, sir.
so where the funds coming from?
On this budget year, I budget for a filing system that, when I got my new system, my new building, but the splash money hadn't come in yet. I budgeted $22,000 for that, item, and I have like $21,000 left in it now. and that would cover the whole purchase of that system.
Another journal entry?
Under budget amendment.
Yeah, that'll be a reclassification.
Okay. Okay, very good. And we're not doing that new building this fiscal year?
No.
No, sir.
No, we're working on getting that in the budget for the next fiscal year. Hopefully we can get it done then.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the purchase of the new security system hardware and software for the police department.
Second,
Good, so it's been properly moved and seconded that we purchase the security system for the police department. Is there any further discussion?
do you know how soon you'll be able to have that, installed, the new software?
I told Mr. Larry to wait until after the vote tonight, and he's gonna call them first thing in the morning, they can go ahead and get started.
Okay, good, because we don't want the police department to have to wait on
Yes.
service.
You don't want them standing outside, waiting to work.
Oh, very good. It's been properly motioned and seconded that we approve this agenda item for the security system. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous, motion passes.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda, comments from the council.
Holiday.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, there's a number 5 that we added on. I didn't write it on my paper. All right, so, next agenda on the item, how would you say it? Changing or,
The observation.
changing the day that we observe, Independence Day in the city of Centerville,
Just for this year, though.
just for 2026.
For the purpose of the employees.
Absolutely, so we want to make sure that employees still get a day off, because we will be celebrating our Independence Day on Friday, July 3rd, which is normally the day that it's observed because it's on Saturday. I suspect that some of our employees will be willing to help out with our Independence Day holiday, because we see that every year, and we wanted to make sure that they still got a day off. So that's the reasoning behind wanting to change that holiday. City Hall, well, all these details will come out later, so we just need to go ahead and get this item approved. So can I get a motion?
Mayor, I move that we change the Independence Observance holiday from July 3rd to July the 6th, 2026.
Hey, is there a second?
Second.
All right, it's been properly motioned and second that we change the day we observe Independence Day from July 3rd to July 6th. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
It is unanimous. Motion passes. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Comments from the council. Councilman Byrd?
I don't have too much. We have our Food Truck Friday and I believe Market Day coming up pretty soon. We may have, right. So, and I believe the splash pad will be opening as well, so that'll be exciting, and hopefully everybody can come out. Thanks to all of our employees and especially department heads for keeping the city running, and that's all I have.
All right, thank you. Councilwoman Lowe?
Again, just thanking everybody that works for the city of Centerville. Appreciate all your work in making, I think, our side a bit easy. You all handle the day-to-day operations, and it does not go unnoticed. So glad we could move that observance as well, so you all can enjoy a full day of rest. And so just appreciate it, and continue to pray for our families and our military men and women.
Councilman Armijo?
I wanted to compliment a couple of folks. Certainly, our Centerville Police Department recently received some compliments from our citizens. In one case where an individual could not be contacted or verified they were well, and so one of our citizens did a wellness check on him, and our Centerville PD came out and was very professional with him and was very kind with them, and really turned out to be really what Centerville is all about, is our personal care about our community, our citizens, and our citizens caring about each other, and our law enforcement coming out and being that, good, positive representative of our community. And so certainly wanted to thank them as well. And I know that I've received some information about our fire department as well, where they've gone out and helped people who've fallen in our community and done things. Responded, first responders, right? Show up on the scene immediately to assist and be there for our citizens. So I feel very, very fortunate, very comfortable that our people are doing everything above and beyond, as well as our Chris Coleman and his folks that are doing a great job as well. So again, proud to be here, and so we're looking forward to the summer coming. Everybody needs to be careful because school will be out in about 4 weeks, and there'll be kids running all over the place. There's a lot of them already at the park. And so just be careful while you're out driving around, and stay alert.
All right, so I'd like to ditto everything that's been said, but I do have a few things to add. So this week is Georgia City's week, and we've got a few things going on tomorrow in the park from 1 to 5. We have Touch a Truck. We've got all of our departments bringing out vehicles for the children who come, and the adults who would like to come and see some vehicles. We've got our friends at Robins Air Force Base. They're going to be participating with us also. So I'm excited about that. We'll begin at 1 and we'll come at 5. I will end at 5. So those who would like to come out, please feel free to do so. Also, as part of Georgia City's week, I'm going to be reading to the children at the library on Thursday morning at 10:30. It's always an exciting time because you look at those little ones that are sitting there and their eyes are like lit up and they're looking at you and they're all excited about what they're going to hear. And then Friday afternoon, I'm going to be going down to Centerville Elementary School, and I'm going to be reading to one of the 3rd grade classes there. So I'm excited about that. We hear the cliche, our children are our future all the time, but you know what? It's so true. Because, just look back about 50 years for me, and I was where they were. So I'm excited about that. Also, we do have Fruit Truck Friday coming up in May, first Friday in May. The splash pad is going to be opening during that time, so I'm sure that the kids are going to be excited. I've spent some time in the park over the last couple of weeks talking to folks, and the first question is, when's the splash pad going to open up? So I'm excited about that, and really appreciate the folks in Public Works who take care of that, because I know it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time and effort, and I don't think we really realized how much time and effort was going to take when we installed the splash pad. But someone has to be out there just about all day when the splash pad is on, just for maintenance. Make sure that the water is correct, because we don't want anybody getting sick. Make sure that the filters that get clogged with grass get cleaned so that the water does flow. Those are the things that are going on. Also, we've got market days coming up. We're going to have our first one. What's the date on that?
Calendar.
Okay.
We've got our grand opening, ribbon cutting next week on the 28th, I believe it is. And then after that, we'll start in May. It'll be the 2nd and 4th Friday of each month.
So I'm excited about that, and I know that there are many people in the community that are excited about that.
Yes, sir.
That's a great event. And with that, if no one has any seconds, meeting is adjourned.